Kalau dulu tuh gue beneran publicly say, ini babinya bau. Yeah, and then I got blocked by restaurant. You know what, my words ain't gonna hurt people because I didn't matter. Pas pertama kali di approach dan mau dibayar gitu kayak gue kaget gitu. Kayak wow, people are actually interested in my reviews. Misalkan kayak benar-benar semuanya gak ada yang enak. Gue kayak kasih feedback gitu kayak ini kurang ini.
Okay.
I'm sorry but I just can't post the review. Somebody was like indirectly telling me if you don't have anything nice to say, don't
say it. Everybody, thank you very much for tuning in to Ray Jensen Radio Podcast. Kali ini kita akan ngobrol bareng dengan seorang food content creator atau food reviewer yang lagi naik daun banget nih di Instagram dan juga di TikTok. Namanya Sherly dari One Bite Big Bite. Dia akan cerita bagaimana pengalaman dia mulai food content creating. Katanya pernah diblok sama satu restoran karena terlalu jujur reviewnya. Dan dia belajar banyak banget dari kejadian tersebut. Dan juga gue penasaran, apa yang terjadi kalau udah dibayar diundang ke restoran, tapi ternyata makanannya gak enak. Nah itu prosesnya bagaimana? Langsung saja kita dengerin, jangan lupa subscribe di Ray Jensen Radio Podcast. Kita ada di YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, dan juga Anchor App. Untuk further update, cek Instagram kita di Ray Jensen Radio dan juga Ray Jensen Radio di TikTok. Without further ado, please welcome Sherly dari One Bite Big Bite. Enjoy the show. Oke guys, kita sudah ditemenin sama Sherly dari One Bite Big Bite. Yeah, hello.
Hello.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Terima kasih udah sempat. Jadi guys, buat yang belum kenal Sherly atau apa ya, Instagramnya ya, channel and TikToknya juga, One Bite Big Bite, dia adalah seorang food content creator yang lagi on the rise. My God. Malu-malu banget. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm great because you're here. Kapan mulai food content creator?
It was actually just 2 years ago. Actually itu kayak
dari pandemi berarti ya?
Yeah. It was a random night. It was right after New Year's.
Okay.
Tepat di tanggal 1 Januari 2021.
Okay.
Kan petasan tuh masih berisik kan. Gue gak bisa tidur and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna make a food account.
Okay.
Legit, that was my only.
Why? What do you do before? Sebelum ini ngapain?
I was working as a corporate slave in Shopee.
Okay.
Yeah, shout out.
Tapi sekarang udah full time dong?
Yeah, I'm full time.
Apa langsung full time?
Enggak
okay.
langsung sih.
Fuck this shit, quit the job and terus kayak langsung full time?
No, actually I quit right before I started One Bite sih.
Okay.
Yeah.
Terus you're wondering mau ngapain gitu?
Yeah, and I was very bored, gak tahu ngapain. Ya udah, I'll just create a food account and make it. It was actually just a food diary of what I eat with my friends on the weekends.
Okay.
Itu aja sih purpose-nya pertama-tama One Bite. But then people started getting interested in the way I talk about food.
Yeah.
And my honesty, and then that's how I gain my audience.
What do you mean your honesty? Emangnya pernah upload like, oh ini gak enak banget nih, jangan kesini. No, right?
I used to.
Oh, you used to?
Yeah.
Oh, damn, you shouldn't do that.
I know. I'm sorry.
What happened emangnya? Ya gue penasaran sih. Let's jump to the question yang kayak gimana kalau makanannya gak enak?
Kalau dulu tuh gue beneran publicly say kayak, ini babinya bau.
Okay. Fuck.
Yeah, and then I got blocked by restaurant.
Okay,
yeah.
my God. On the early days.
Yeah, I thought kayak, you know what, my words ain't gonna hurt people because I didn't matter. Yeah, and I was like, I just say everything that I had in my head.
Okay.
Yeah.
Terus, how did it work out for you? The restaurant block you?
Yeah, that's it sih, restorannya block gue. Cuma kayak somebody was like indirectly telling me, can't mention name.
Yeah.
But like, basically dia kayak ngomong, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't
say it.
Yeah,
okay.
And then it hit me.
Kalau gua I used to have a problem with food. Dulu bukan food content creator namanya, kayak food blog lah.
Okay, you used to have or?
I used to have.
Okay.
Karena gue lihat beberapa restoran yang gue nggak kenal ownernya atau chefnya siapa, tapi this restoran tuh di berate gitu loh, di kata-katain karena dia makan ke sana. Ya of course mungkin nggak dibayar ya, just randomly review gitu. Tapi makanannya itu kayak dikata-katain, oh makanannya nggak enak, servisnya ini. Tapi itu restoran tuh langsung jadi makin sepi gitu, dan akhirnya tutup.
Oh my God.
Dan akhirnya tutup. Ya gue nggak tahu alasannya apa, tapi alasan tutup kan banyak ya. Gitu. Tapi that doesn't help lah.
Iya.
Ngerti gak? Terus gue mikirnya sebagai orang operasional, like, cuy, di restoran itu tuh ada banyak banget orang yang kerja.
Iya.
Gitu. Ya gue gak tahu gara-gara satu review itu aja tutup. Nggak mungkin juga sih. Tapi kayak that doesn't help. Karena itu.
Iya.
Terus abis itu blogger-blogger dulu. Ini bukan food content creator kayak sekarang ya. Kalau dulu tuh bener-bener gak tahu apa-apa soal kayak how the food is cooked. Gitu.
Oke.
Gue belum pernah, thankfully gue belum pernah restoran gue buka, terus habis itu restoran yang gue kerja datang food blogger, terus habis itu restoran gue kayak, oh makanannya nggak enak, atau kayak oh dagingnya bau, oh makanannya nggak fresh. Nggak pernah sih thankfully. Dulu justru dipuji, makanan gue enak banget, the sirloin was so tender, gini perfectly cooked. Tapi yang dia makan tuh tenderloin. Gue liatnya kayak, ya ini orang gak tahu gitu. Tapi begitu gue punya my own business, gue ngerti perannya penting kayak food content creator atau vlogger atau apa untuk promote the restaurant, right? Because apalagi sekarang di mana dunia sosmed, ya kok semua mata ke sana gitu kan.
Benar.
Mulai kapan lu dibayar? Kayak how long does it take, maksud gue kayak lu do food content gitu?
Half a year. So kan I started 1 January, so around June 2021 I started getting paid.
Okay.
Ya, kayak dulu tuh masih zamannya tuh carousel, foto carousel, masih reel wasn't a thing.
Masih sih?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then a brand approached me and wanted to pay me for my reviews.
Okay.
Of course, honest reviews.
Dia nanya rate card berapa gitu.
Iya, pertamanya kayak gue gak expect dia nanya rate card. And when she asked for a rate card, I was like, oh shit, I'm getting paid. Yeah, and then from that on, I started focusing on One Bite.
You remember kayak the first content itu restoran apa?
It wasn't a restaurant, it was like a kerupuk ikan.
Kerupuk ikan?
Yeah.
Okay. Terus?
And then I posted a review about it and I liked it sih.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kalau the first restaurant you've been?
The first restaurant for getting paid?
No. Konten aja.
Oh, konten. The first post that I made.
Yeah.
Aduh gak ingat.
Oh gak ingat, oh my God. Okay.
I don't remember.
Ya kalau first, yang paid kan of course you don't want to say, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But you're thankful for it.
Yeah, I'm very grateful for it. Yeah. Because I didn't intend to monetize this account, but I guess
masa sih?
I didn't intend to. It was just a food diary.
Masa itu kayak a cliche gak sih? Kayak gue gak pernah ini.
Swear.
Okay. Gue gak pernah planning untuk monetize gini gitu.
Because I think kayak I don't know kayak people actually do that. You know, getting paid and then pas pertama kali di approach dan kayak mau dibayar gitu, kayak gue kaget gitu, kayak wow, people are actually interested in my reviews.
Oh yes, of course. Gue follow lu udah lama, gue nggak tahu kapan, tapi belum sebanyak ini follower.
Okay.
Is
it a lot?
Is it a lot compared to me? It is a lot.
Oh, okay.
Lu banyak ngonten pakai bahasa Inggris.
Iya.
Itu why pertama? Hey guys, kalau kalian suka konten seperti ini, jangan lupa like the video dan juga subscribe ke channel kita, Ray Jensen Radio Podcast. Back to the show.
Karena I feel like gue lebih comfortable kalau ngomong Inggris. Terus kayak lebih gak kaku aja sih. Kadang kayak kalau ngomong Indo, I can speak in Indo very well. Sometimes kayak a few brands just kayak lebih cocok kalau di Inggrisin gitu loh.
Oke.
Iya.
Terus sering banyak request pakai bahasa Indo gak?
Never.
Kayak ini aja nih podcast kita aja, I'm sure ada di komen kayak, oh pakai bahasa Indo dong, kalau nggak kasih subtitle gitu.
Aduh kerjaan buat editornya dong.
No, kita nggak punya waktu buat subtitle. Dulu kita pernah pakai subtitle guys buat yang request hire outsource gitu, tapi Inggrisnya juga berantakan. And kita pakai banyak kayak cooking terms gitu kan, so nggak ngerti juga dianya gitu. Anyway.
Oke. Ya PR sih.
So sampai sekarang lu masih kayak go to a restaurant just for fun nggak buat konten?
Oh definitely.
Kalau udah sekarang.
Ya kayak on the weekends I like to go to restaurants with my friends. Nggak ada responsibility buat harus ngonten. Tapi anyway gue selalu siapin HP sih buat ngonten.
Just in case.
I
Okay.
have to document everything. And who knows kayak enak banget terus kayak even though it's not paid, even though kayak gue emang mau datang ke sono, kadang if it's so good, I just have to say it on my Instagram gitu.
Yeah, how do you balance kayak paid content sama enggak?
Dat kalau misalkan yang enak aja sih yang gue post. Kalau yang gak enak ya udahlah diemin aja lah. Gitu.
Lu ke restoran yang kayak gimana, Sherly?
With my friends.
Yeah. Where do you hang out?
Seringnya di P kalau nggak di selatan sih, di Senop gitu ya.
So what's good?
What's good? In Peak. I love Kung Fu Wok.
Kung Fu Wok tuh, shout out to Kung Fu Wok.
Kung Fu Wok.
What type of restaurant tuh?
Not sponsored.
Yeah, okay. Not sponsored. Lucky them. Huh?
It's Chinese clay pot house. So basically their lapchong clay pot is so good.
Lapchong clay pot. Oh my God. I love clay pot. Oh, lu kesana often berarti?
Iya, with my friends kayak udah sering banget, nggak kehitung lagi sih. At least once a month.
Di mana? Di Peak?
Ya, di deretan Dunia Sehat.
Deretan, yang apotek itu?
Iya, deretan sono.
Oke, Kung Fu Wok guys. Kalau di selatan?
Oh di selatan, selatan tuh banyak banget ya. Tapi jarang nge-repeat sih. Paling enggak tuh Sky. Sky is in Pusat though.
Yo, tapi Sky is really good. Shout out to Chef Adit. Oh my God.
Ya Chef Adit.
Gua favorit gue di Sky the black pepper.
Oh, same.
My God, that was so good.
The pepper steak ya,
yes.
So good man.
That was so good.
Ya.
Nah itu tadi lu mention, lu ngomong something interesting, jarang repeat.
Iya.
Di selatan. Oke, gue sebagai restoran operator, kenapa? Biarpun enak banget gitu ya.
Iya.
Kenapa jarang repeat? Dari kacamata lu sebagai customer.
Karena I feel like kayak ngapain gitu, gue harus cari something yang baru, bahan baru buat gue omongin gitu loh. Yeah. I used to be like a very boring person. Kalau misalnya suka satu restoran, gue kayak pergi terus ke situ tiap weekend.
That was me. Dulu ya. Oke.
But then like ever since one bite, I feel like I'm kind of obligated to try new restaurants. Yeah. So that's why I have to like nyari-nyari yang enak gitu.
Ya itu sih. That's what I found buat khususnya market Jakarta Selatan sih, Sir.
Oke.
Biarpun ya enak apa segala macam, tapi mungkin saking banyaknya tempat yang buka dan oke konsepnya gitu. Kayak jarang
repeat kan?
Jarang repeat gitu, repeat bisa dibilang kayak sebulan 2 kali tuh udah sering gitu loh.
Iya, yeah, that for me is sering sih.
Iya, itu. That's why it's so hard man buat find a regular customer. Beda kayak di Peak kan, mungkin karena makanannya dekat, tempatnya dekat komplek gitu kali ya.
Iya, yeah, Kung Fu Wok is near my house, so ya makanya sering
kesana
sih.
mulu ya.
Iya,
benar. So hard.
Understandable.
Iya. Terus waktu lu mulai food content creator, berapa lama jadi growth?
Actually, growth paling signifikan tuh ketika Instagram introduce Reel. Yeah, I feel that's like a stepping stone ya.
Okay.
Yeah. Kayak I wasn't in a video background or apa sih production background gitu. Cuma I taught myself how to make videos. You know, just experiment. Like camera and then experiment. And then people got interested in my content. Ya, dari gitu aja sih sebenarnya.
Oke.
Ya, from Reels.
From Reels. Justru kebalikannya gara-gara Reels gue kayak oh my god kita harus kontennya ada Reels juga. And YouTube Shorts.
Oh,
gitu.
I haven't done that.
Belum. I think you should man. Sekarang katanya udah mau bisa dimonetize.
Oh my god. Okay, see me on YouTube.
Oke, terus kita lihat next pertanyaannya. Oke, gue mau nanya sesuatu. Kan every food blogger kan punya their own style.
Okay.
Right? Ada gak yang make you cringe kayak oh gue gak bakalan begini nih. Gak usah sebut namanya siapa tapi the things they do gitu.
Aduh. Kalau Koko balikin lagi pertanyaannya.
Kalau gue dulu. Kalau gue gak gitu demen food blogger yang bener-bener cuma kayak review tapi makannya tuh lebay banget gitu loh.
Oke.
Kayak menurut gue tidak perlu. Kayak nyendok bakmi sampai semua satu porsi di mulut. Wah gitu loh.
Iya ngerti.
Wah oh my god ini bakmi paling enak. Semuanya aja paling enak.
Oke.
Kalau gue.
Yeah.
Kalau lu?
Actually I just had a conversation about this with somebody.
Oke.
And gue masih inget banget itu videonya yang mana.
Yeah.
Pokoknya this person, dia kayak bilang, this is like the best pizza in the world.
The best in the world?
In the world.
Oh iya.
And then kayak dia sampai bilang, gila gue sampai dibikin nangis karena makan di sini. I feel like, okay, I know you're getting paid to do that. Terserah lah, gak tau mau di getting paid or not. And maybe you like that dish, cuma kayak pembawaannya gak perlu sampai lebay gitu sih.
The best pizza in the world.
Yeah, the world is a big statement, no?
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah. I feel like the best in Jakarta is also a big statement, but
of
in
course.
the world.
Of course. Oh ini di Jakarta?
Iya di Jakarta.
Oh my god. Oke.
Iya.
Ya berarti yang conversation, yang pembawaannya lebay gitu ya.
Iya kayak ya terserah kalau misalkan emang maybe you like that place very much, but kayaknya kalau misalnya lo sampai in the world, I think you're making people's expectation jadi kayak terlalu tinggi gitu loh.
Exactly. Dan abis itu orang yang kesana kecewa. Pizza terbaik di dunia. Ya, let's be realistic, kayaknya gak ada di Indonesia sih pizza terbaik di dunia sih.
I know.
Of course ya, di Italy atau di Jepang have really great pizza, di US, like in New York. Terus, gue ada cerita. Gak tahu menurut gue, kayak food content creator ini juga harus, gara-gara review yang seperti itu, yang kadang-kadang lebay, jadi backfire ke restorannya.
Oh iya, definitely.
Yes, dulu tuh ada, gue lupa namanya, tapi nggak tahu mungkin lu tahu lagi sebagai food content creator. Ada warung Jepang.
Oke.
Tentang warung Jepang, didatengin nih sama siapa gue nggak tahu. Pokoknya this big huge food blogger I think. Terus habis itu tuh kayak wah gila nih rame banget tempatnya, makanannya enak, murah. Udah semuanya kesini gitu, kasarnya gitu. Terus diserbu lah sama netizen restorannya yang mau makan. Tapi itu restoran tuh warung, warung. Kompornya cuma kayak 2 mungkin 4 biji. Jadi lama makanannya. Terus abis itu di Google review restorannya itu dikata-katain. Dari mulai driver delivery online, itu segala macam. Kasihan restorannya. Sampai kayak kita waktu itu kan gue ada kayak grup chef gitu kan. Itu ngebalesin di restorannya, lu harus ngerti dong ini warung gitu kan, kompornya itu cuma 4, of course kalau yang datang kayak 200 orang akan ngantrinya lebay.
Definitely.
Dan ever since that yang gue dengar itu restoran udah nggak bakal mau lagi pakai
influencer gitu.
Pakai begituan karena takut backfire gitu.
Iya ngerti.
Yes. Jadi itunya harus like really careful with those statement gitu loh.
Yeah, definitely sih. I mean, statement like that emang brings a lot of attention sih. Yeah, it can go viral really quick, but yeah, you gotta be careful.
Yes, dan lu pernah gak kayak yang efeknya kelihatan jelas banget nih, lu datang terus habis itu kayak gila jadi full banget resto gue, terima kasih Sherly gitu.
It was lebih ke pesen makanan sih. Ya kayak doing Mamilana Kitchen.
Oke, apa
itu
tuh?
kayak jualan mee pok gitu. It's
Oke.
like my favorite mee pok. Enak banget lah.
Mee pok kayak yang Singapore mee pok gitu.
Iya.
Oke.
Ya kayak noodle-nya chewy, sambalnya enak, terus fishball-nya juga bouncy. And it's like kayak I rave about it so much, and then everyone started ordering. Kayak beneran yang tag gue tuh banyak banget gitu loh.
How do you feel kalau gitu? Itu kan bantu orang kan?
Iya.
Yeah.
I feel good. Like I'm happy for them, you know. They deserve all the attention.
Oke.
Yeah, because they have good products. So.
Nah, itu kan yang bagus.
Yeah.
Like, oke nih gue bantu orang, bisnisnya jadi lebih baik. Ada gak yang kayak malahan komplain? Kok gak ada efeknya sih? Gitu.
Nggak ada sih.
Oh nice.
Yeah. Alhamdulillah. Yeah. Yeah, nobody complained.
Yeah.
Jangan dong.
Ya jangan. Amit. So next question. Take a step by step lu. Food review proses lu gimana? Did you research before atau lu datang dulu sebelumnya ke tempatnya?
Yeah, definitely. Sebelum I go to any restaurant, whether it's paid or unpaid, even if I hang out with my friends, pasti kayak research dulu sih. Kayak, ini restoran tuh jualan apa, terus ada buka menunya, ada yang interesting gak, selling pointnya apaan nih. Ya, terus baru gue datang. Kalau misalnya ada yang menarik, baru gue datang, terus gue cobain. How do you choose the menu yang lu mau review? Kan gak bisa semuanya. Definitely gak bisa semua sih, but I usually bring a lot of a big group of friends, so I can order a lot and try a lot of things. Jadi lu kesana dulu sebelum? No. Jadi kayak sekalian aja langsung ajak temen gitu. Jadi kayak pesan, terus nyobain. Oke. Iya, and then kayak yang enak. Ya gue review, kalau nggak enak ya udahlah. Pernah emang ya? Udah begitu terus kayak kurang. Jangan diupload deh. Gitu. Iya sih, biasanya kalau misalnya endorsement nih. Iya. Ya kalau endorsement, it's in my TNC sih. Kayak misalkan kalau nggak enak, kayak benar-benar semuanya nggak ada yang enak. Dan gue kayak kasih feedback gitu, kayak ini kurang ini. Okay. I'm sorry but I just can't post the review. Oke. Iya. Terus mereka bakal bagaimana tuh? Terus ya some brands kayak kenapa. And then kayak ya kayak lama-lama ya gue pasti kayak bakal refund gitu loh. Kayak I just can't, like, you can't force me. Oh lu refund kalau begitu. Oke. It happened though berarti. Fair sih. Ya lumayan sih lately. Oh damn. High standards. You gotta. Oke, terus abis itu lu bawa berapa orang tim ke restoran lu berarti? Biasa kita bertiga including myself. So one videographer and one lighting girl. Terus abis itu berapa lama sampai kontennya naik? The shooting part is around 2 to 3 hours. And then kalau editing tuh tergantung sih. I feel like the way I edit, it's depending on my mood. Ya kalau misalkan gue kayak have a lot of ideas about that place, kayak I just want to go home and edit right away. And upload. Still fresh. Iya. Oke. Gitu. Bisa request dong. Kayak ini supaya lu listener kita tahu kalau mau manggil Sherly gitu ke restorannya. Bisa request gak uploadnya kapan gitu? Iya bisa, but gak secepat kayak on that date juga sih. Oh yeah, of course. Okay. Where do you reach out to One Bite Big Bite? Slide into my DM. Oke. Slide DM, janjian gitu segala macam. Iya. Oke. Discussions will be made. DP. Aduh, jadi ngomongin TNC deh. Oke. Jadi guys, yang paling penting ya kalau makanan gak enak itu ya Sherly. I just can't post sih. Ya, gak bakal di-upload. Honest review. Ya tapi mendingan begitu sih, Sher. Iya, and I refund, kan juga fair juga kan buat on both parts. Gitu. Udah kejadian beberapa kali. Ya udah sih, aduh. Sadly. Ya sadly, tapi kalau gut refunded is fair. Iya. Kalau enggak ya, gue kan udah keluarin ini. Benar. Ya, it's fair. I think not many people do that. Really? I don't think. Yeah, I think. Kayak lu put an effort, how much effort lu put into kayak knowing the food process gitu-gitu segala macam di belakang makanannya. What do you mean? Maksudnya apa? Kayak lu sampai makanannya, lu belajar juga gak kayak proses masaknya gitunya? Ya at least I have to research kayak ini tuh makanannya dibuat. Jadi maksudnya kayak teknik masaknya gimana gitu. So I can make a concrete conclusion about the food gitu loh.
Ya.
Ya. Kalau emang ya I need to know how to judge objectively juga sih. Ya kayak misalkan you gotta separate your personal bias and being objective, right? Kayak misalkan ya I like spicy, cuma kalau misalkan dishnya emang not meant to be that spicy ya, masa gue mau judge kayak ini mah kurang enak, karena kurang pedas gitu loh.
Oke.
Yeah, so yeah, I have to separate, my objectivity with personal bias.
Karena it's important to know the process juga menurut gue.
Iya.
Ya gue nggak mau sound kayak gue menggurui food blogger dan food content creator seluruh Indonesia nih, tapi kayak gue pernah happen my restaurant, gue bikin gurita cabai hijau. I have an Indonesian restaurant dulu, gurita cabai hijau, dan gue cook it really long time. Gue cook it sous vide, octopus, really long time for 7 hours. Gue sous vide. Jadi so I make sure the octopus itu very tender. Terus cabai hijaunya juga enak gitu segala macam. Terus habis itu my investor decided to undang kayak food blogger. Banyak banget food blogger, like 12 food blogger ke restoran gua untuk launching a couple of new menu. Terus ada this one food blogger bilang, saya nggak pernah makan octopus empuk begini. Octopus tuh mestinya kayak keras dan chewy. Gue kayak oh my god, yeah that's the wrong way to cook octopus gitu. Maksud gue.
Iya.
Itu yang bikin kesel.
Iya, because they haven't tasted something good.
Exactly.
Iya.
Ya itu. So I think that itu kenapa important buat itu.
Iya sih. I feel as food content creator juga harus ngerti sih kayak nggak perlu sekolah masak juga sih.
No, nggak perlu sampai detail banget.
Yeah, gitu. The technicalities kayak behind a dish.
Or ask the restaurant manager or ask talk to the chef.
Yeah, just kadang kayak as simple as reading the menu ini tuh kadang kan ditulisin kan di sous vide chicken or whatever. Yeah, I think you can get an idea about how the food is prepared.
Yeah, exactly. What's the best food memories?
I think when I went to the US.
Where do you go?
I went to New York and LA. I ate a lot there and gained a lot of weight.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Mana?
New York and LA, the restaurants.
Yeah, what do you eat?
Di LA makan sunongdan.
Apa tuh?
It's like a beef stew. Yeah, beef rib stew. It's like
ini Korean no?
Iya, Korean.
Okay, Korean food. Nah.
Yeah, I love Asian food by the way. So it was done so perfectly, kayak the beef was so tender and the sausnya kayak medok banget gitu, pedas, gurih, saucy, and then dia kasih kayak keju di atasnya gitu sih bakar. The flambe, not flambe, kayak fire show.
Stretchy gitu.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I almost ate like a pot of that. Yeah, it was so good.
Itu di LA?
Yeah, itu di LA.
Restorannya namanya?
Sunongdan.
Sunongdan guys, yep.
Yeah.
Kita ada small percentage of people dari US nonton.
Oh ya?
Yeah. Very small, tapi ya go there.
Yeah.
Okay. Terus?
I think they know. It's so famous. Yeah. And then in New York ya. Yang paling memorable tuh so far Prince Street Pizza.
Prince Street Pizza?
Yeah, it's in Brooklyn.
Okay. Italian, ya maksudnya Italian guy cooking it gitu.
I don't remember if it's Italian, but I just went to the shop and ate the pizza and was like, oh damn, this is good.
Nah itu mungkin yang pizza terbaik dunia?
I don't know. I haven't tried every pizza in the world.
Tapi lu kontenin?
Dulu enggak sih. Dulu I didn't have one bite back then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just personal account.
Yeah, but it was very memorable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. Next project. What do you do?
Next project?
Yeah. What's the goal of One Bite Big Bite?
No, I can't say that.
Apa? What do you mean you cannot say that?
I don't want to spill my goals.
Targetnya aja deh,
Targetnya. Aduh gimana ya, gue gak ada target anjir. Like I really just like, let it go with the flow and let's see where the universe is taking me.
Tapi lu masa nggak ada kayak goal kayak maksudnya gue mau ada team atau website next?
Definitely, yeah. A team is definitely a goal because especially editor and videographer at once. Karena I still edit on my own, right? Yeah, I feel that's taking a big chunk of my time. So that's perlu sih punya editor.
Yeah, it helps. It helps a lot. Yeah,
you know the flow.
Oh my God, gue dulu ngedit gue bisa like 4 hours a day. Terus kayak
long.
the product juga. Ya nggak tahu ya, gue sih nggak bisa ngedit sih shit produk waktu awal-awal.
Enggak lah.
Yeah. Do you listen to the podcast by the way?
Only your previews on Instagram.
Okay. Oh no.
But your previews are very good. It's like very kayak bikin orang kayak.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Jadi before we close the podcast, kita ada little games namanya You Better Know It. Oke, jadi pertanyaan-pertanyaan yang jawabannya pasti lu udah tahu.
Oke.
Jadi you can pass kalau nggak mau jawab, tapi we'll appreciate your answer. Okay? You Better Know It, Sherly, one bite, big bite. Your favorite childhood snack?
Do you know that candy, the Chinese candy yang merah, yang bulat koin? Aduh, gue nggak inget namanya deh. Apa sih yang sanca ya? Apa sih?
Oh,
tahu gak sih permen?
Tahu yang asem banget itu?
Iya itu.
Oh,
itu mereknya apa sih? Gue nggak ingat.
I forget. Nanti kita tulis di sini namanya. Tapi ya rasanya asem banget kan?
Iya, warna merah.
Yes, iya. I don't like that. Karena asem, weird.
Iya.
Dulu ya.
Iya.
Dulu. Kalau favorite childhood snack gue sosis dibungkus Indomie. That was good.
Yum.
Oke, ada negara gak atau kota yang lu pengen explore makanannya?
I feel like definitely New York.
New York lagi, tapi mau dikontenin.
Iya.
Oke.
Definitely.
Kalau di Indonesia?
Bali.
You done content in Bali, I'm sure, right?
Iya, tapi I feel like there's always something new in Bali. Kayak gue ke sana paling cuma seminggu. Kayak it's not enough.
Oh iya. Oke.
Yeah.
Best meal of your life?
Best meal of my life?
Kan ini personal, bukan endorsement.
Yeah.
Best
I would say it's Sunongdan.
Sunongdan itu?
Yeah.
This two? Okay. Best advice you ever got?
I think the one that I mentioned earlier in the podcast. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything.
Okay. That was good.
And that hit me, dude. Like, I got slapped. Yeah.
Ya itu really important lesson sih. Itu.
Iya.
Yeah. Okay. One restaurant that you really want to go
in Jakarta?
Anywhere yang belum kesampaian.
Jujur pengen cobain Joa sih.
Joa?
Gue belum coba Joa, dude.
Oh my God, di-shout out lagi Joa. He's my best friend, this chef.
Oh ya? What are the odds? Gue gak tahu sumpah.
Chef Arif Rachman. Hoki banget loh. Okay. Joa is really good.
Yeah, I've been seeing their food all over my Instagram. Jadi kayak wow. Penasaran.
Favorit menu gue di Joa itu dry ramen ya, dry noodle, dry ramen dia pakai oil tapi udah di-infuse sama bacon gitu.
Oh my God.
So beef bacon guys, jadi go try that. Supnya gue lupa namanya, itu enak juga sama octopusnya. I go there all the time to hang out.
Okay, I'll go ASAP.
Okay, tuh chef, langsung diundang chef, bayar ya. Okay, well anyway, thank you so much Sherly for the time.
Thank you for having me.
Semoga sukses terus One Bite Big Bite.
Amin.
Semoga makin jaya and semoga sukses proyek-proyek and your hidden goals. Semoga tercapai. Yes. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Dan ingat guys, advice-nya yang terakhir itu very important. If you don't have anything nice to say, kalau nggak punya hal yang baik untuk diomongin ya jangan ngomong apa-apa. Apalagi kalau punya media.
Betul.
Yes.
Because words have power.
Oke guys, so thank you very much buat yang udah nonton dan yang udah dengerin podcast kita kali ini. Follow One Bite Big Bite untuk food content and food review. Buat yang punya restoran atau kerja di restoran mau ngundang, please slide into her DM, diundang. Gue yakin bisa membawa hal positif yang banyak ke restoran kalian. Jangan lupa subscribe di Ray Jensen Radio Podcast. Kita ada di YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Anchor App juga ada di kita ada di TikTok dan Instagram. Check it out for further updates. So as always guys, stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.